2, 1, crescendo.
Match number 2 still in our upper bracket. 1, 2, 3 quick strikes for your Red Alliance. A bit of a skirmish there in the center of the field. 930 v 8744. Some flashbacks to the Wisconsin Regional as Team 2531. That's the RoboHawks. They're up near the blue speaker. Engaging with that intake, folding down, note in their possession. They're going to turn their attention to that blue amp as teleoperated begins. Only 7 points separating these alliances. Pretty close here as we kick off, but we've got a lot of robots left to play. Core skipping that note across the floor towards their partners. Looks like Avis has quite a few notes for themselves to drop into the amp. They've got one in their possession. Nicely done. Red is ready to amplify. If these Red Alliance robots can coordinate, we might get a high score from Red. 1 bounces out, but 2 go in for Red. Meanwhile, on blue, we see 9990 zipping underneath that stage. Heads over to the blue source. They've got one. Their partners, Leviathans, grab one simultaneously. Taking aim. Up and in is Leviathans as 9990 continues to feed. 2531, that's a team from Chaska, Minnesota. They are dropping a second note into the amp. Blue is now ready to amplify as well. With only 2 points separating these alliances, a good amp cycle for blue could push them ahead. But red is amplified. Here comes Core, up and in, nicely done. Here comes Avis, takes aim just low. We'll see if they can get one more in during that 5 points apiece amplification period. 45 seconds here. We are still we are tied now, folks. This is so close. A little bump from Leviathans as 930 is trying to feed over. And a note goes a little high for 9990 feeding over the Blue Alliance wall. As the RoboHawks trying to get that amp ready, they've got one in, they'll need a second. A little bit of a low shot from Leviathans. As Red starting to pull just a little bit ahead. Looks like a broken note there for Avis. They're going to try to get that out of their robot with 15 seconds left. Teams are starting to turn towards the end game. 7 seconds. Hooks maybe up for Avis. We'll see if they can get off the ground with 3, 2, 1. It was close throughout the match. There was some last-minute scoring that may have turned the tides. We'll have to see what the final score is after referees count the final end game points. Good. All right, that match went back and forth, folks, but in the end, it is going to be your Blue Alliance victorious. 88-79 scoring, setting a new high score here at Lure is going to be Alliance number 3. They will move on in your upper bracket. Meanwhile, Alliance number 2 still put up a very respectable 79 points. They'll head down to that lower bracket and see if they maybe will meet back up again with Alliance 3 later on here in the tournament.